Hi, it's Elizabeth. So far I've talked about what is behavior, what is the function of a behavior, how to find that function using ABC data, what are some possible functions of behavior, also that we can find a replacement behavior and start reinforcing it. I've talked a little bit about reinforcement and punishment. So basically, right now, you're going, I'm getting this, I hope, but you know just enough to be dangerous because you're going to go out and say, oh, I can see that I'm reinforcing this, I need to change this, and then you're going to go, I did everything she said, why is this not working? Because there is a lot more to it than that. So I want to back up a little bit and talk about best practices. And I do want to share some best practices over the next few videos, working with students with autism and working with all students. When I do a functional behavior assessment, either for myself or for another teacher or a parent, the first thing I'm looking for is best practices, so especially in the classroom. If you go in and you're saying, this boy or girl's having a meltdown every time there's a transition, but you see that also is half of the class, there's probably something that the teacher could be doing differently that would be a better practice than he or she is doing now. And then that's going to be tricky because you've got to get the buy-in from that teacher. And that brings me to an important point, either with another teacher or with yourself. You have to, at some point, realize that you can't change behavior without changing yourself. If you're part of the interaction, the good news is that you have control over the part that you have control over, yourself. So you can make changes. And when you make changes, you see other things happen because you're part of it. And that's great. And that's kind of what you need to get the teachers to buy into, or the parents, that you have a lot of control here, but you're going to have to change if you want to see change. You can't sit back and go, he or she should be doing this because I said so, and because it works for this one, and it works for this one, and so I don't understand why I should have to change anything for this one. Well, is it working for that one? We both agree it's not working, so let's try something different. And that's how you get that buy-in, by getting results. So that's all I want to say for now. I will be talking about best practices, but the most important point I want to make right now is that to change behavior, you have to also change behavior. And in my own classroom, sometimes I have to film myself so that I can watch it later. And when I do, I go, oh my gosh, look how many times I'm practically begging that child to work. No, or just, wow, I didn't even see that going on next to me because I was focused on this. So I do film myself sometimes so that I can get a different perspective. Other times I just ask a colleague to observe because I need a different set of eyes, especially if I'm emotionally invested in a situation. So that's all for now. Think about that.